floor is yours, Emily.
Okay, so objects from all angles.
A little bit louder, Em, if you can.
So basically my theme is viewing things from a different perspective. So seeing things that you don't typically see in a normal yearbook. Such as like teams, the manager is never brought up. Like in the plays, nobody really ever talks about the lights crew. And especially in band, nobody talks about the parent assistants who help with like sizing uniforms and putting things together. The photos wise, maybe taking things from above or below, so bird's eye and worm's eye. Basically just like moving around and getting to see something different than straight shots, just kind of boring. This is a conceptual spin-off. The angles and positions will be kind of intermixed in every page, and then obviously the different perspectives. The sections will be fall, winter, spring, and summer. So these are the cover designs, but they can vary depending on like the class decision. So this is one of them. It'll have reverse, because it'll be a different perspective of the front cover. It's kind of a back picture, but it's basically the same concept as this one, but white. Double page spread examples, these can also vary. So everything is cut at an angle. Some pictures can be regular, like these two, and this one. But the perspective will change, the way you see the people in the image. Here's another one. This is all slanted and a rather different angle. These are examples of how like the photos would be from a different perspective. So you're below them, above them, instead of just staying right in the line with them, which is kind of boring. Same with the arts. How you're behind the theater or on stage left or right. My thoughts are kind of like Sharpies, like signing the yearbook, because nobody ever does that anymore. But everything would be added kind of like an italics or warped. The beginning of each article would have a slanted letter for their capital. These are like the colored schemes. Student life pages would be managers of the team, behind the scenes, and events, so the sound systems and lights crew. The new teachers, we just got a whole bunch of new teachers in the building, so their new perspective on Dark Hills High School. Getting your driver's license and having a job, how that changed during the pandemic, new perspective. The effect of not being able to be as close with your friends at like lunch or sitting on the bus or whatever. So yeah, both for campus.
Okay, questions for Emily? I actually have a question. Can you go back to the colors? So I'm a little confused. So what are the dominant colors? I mean, obviously I think lime green is going to be one of your colors, but...
Well, it's like Kelly green, but they didn't have Kelly green in the slides thing.
So your slide presentation has all, like, kind of like a lot of, it's like dark blue and then these neons. Is that also part of the color scheme?
Like this?
Yes.
No, that was just the angles.
Okay, you just want to... So besides the green, what other colors are going to be the dominant colors in the book?
White and black.
Okay, so it's going to be a green, white, and black book.
Yeah.
Okay. And then go to your student life page ideas. Okay, so you said like an idea for a student life page would be the managers on the team. So are you saying you want a whole separate page just to focus on the managers? Or would you focus on them, make sure you focused on the managers like in the pages, like the football page, you would make sure you...
We could decide that as a class.
Okay.
Or like, I don't know, I feel like a small section isn't as seen as much as like a whole PPS event.
Okay. Yeah, and you're not saying like it has to be like managers for every team, or like maybe on the football team, if the manager is somebody that's really interesting, you'd be the manager. But maybe if it's the basketball team and the coach's son is always, little kid is always there, maybe you would do that. Or so it's just like somebody that you normally wouldn't focus on, you focus on.
Yeah, it's usually, because pretty much every sport has a manager, at least one, like the freshman
Okay.
team, volleyball, is it the freshman team?
Yeah.
Has one, football is looking for some,
Okay.
and like, nobody really, or like even the injured kids that just are still in their sport that sit on the sidelines, like I didn't watch it, like.
Or even like somebody goes out for the sport for the first time and never has, maybe as a
Yeah.
senior or something. So is it appropriate to sum it up as saying lots of diagonal lines for the visual, odd angle photography, so you're literally shooting photos from odd perspectives, and then different angles in the story. So you're focusing on something you wouldn't normally focus on. So instead of the star athlete, we're going to focus on the manager
Yeah.
just as much as we would the star athlete.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, any other questions?
Did you have one?
Yeah, but I can't remember what it was. The pictures. How are we going to get the pictures of like above or like real close up?
You can go, like, if it's in the gym, so say you're doing the basketball page, you can go up on the thingies on the side, I don't know what you want to call those. The balcony or something.
And we talk about that. That's actually part of our unit in photography. We'll talk about worm's eye, and bird's eye and worm's view. God, I got those backwards. And they look harder than they are. I mean, it's a matter of just standing on a table and
Yeah.
shooting down on something.
It's,
Yeah.
Okay, so like the whole thing about like getting a job during the pandemic, would you want to do like a whole page on that or just like a paragraph?
well,
Considering like if you think about it, the pandemic took away like our entire year.
yeah,
So like I think that maybe like a paragraph.
yeah, you could do that, but a lot of us juniors, and I know some like sophomores got their license, and I personally had to do all of my driving stuff online. We were in full lockdown, and I had to do it over Zoom. And a lot of people, like my job, I'm a lifeguard. I have to scrub everything in there, and I am the only one that has to wear a mask when I save someone. So like, that's changed. I can't be as close. I mean, obviously if I'm saving you, I can be close to you, but I can't be like super up in your face about everything. So like, a lot of people have to wipe stuff down or like have a different protocol for their job because of the pandemic.
All right. Any other questions?
Another question about the pictures. When you said like close-ups and things like that, and especially like at the tip of the brush for artists and things like that, will you be able to do the cold?
Yeah, you can, because you can get, I mean, let's be honest, we're all within closer distances than we're supposed to be. As long as you're not there for more than 15 minutes, it's fine. If you go in for a quick shot and then move out, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Good question. Excellent question. Any other questions? All right, I think that's it. Good job, Emily.